Hi guys, it's me Karen and welcome back to my channel. If you're new, welcome. Today I'm going to do a flip through of the finished pages I did in this book. It was a requested video from one of my subscribers, so I'm going to go ahead and do it. Just a heads up, there aren't that many pages in here that are finished. I think there's a total of maybe 6. I'm not sure exactly how many pages are in this book, but I'll go ahead and do a flip through for her so she can see which ones are finished. So I'll just go ahead and open it. If you're wondering, it's the Ken Matsuda coloring book. You can get this book on Etsy. You just put in his name, Ken Matsuda coloring book, into the description box in Etsy, and you'll find this book. Plus he has an art book, which is really pretty too. I think this is got pages on both sides, so I have to make sure I kind of get this in the camera here. I don't know that both pages will show, but I'll do my best here. Can't really see the picture that we got going on up here. That should work. So at the beginning of the book, he has got some of his pictures and his colorings done here. They all have a colored background, which is not what they have in the book. So, I mean, sometimes I do distressed ink backgrounds, sometimes I don't. At the beginning, he does give you kind of an idea of what you can use in here. His pictures are done with watercolors. Those type right there. This paper is thick enough to do some, as long as you don't put too much water on. Anyway, he walks you through the whole process of this particular picture he did, which is absolutely gorgeous. And then you get into the coloring book. In the back of the book, in case you haven't seen this, he has a picture of all the pages that are in the book and the coloring that he has done for them. So you could go in the back and get some kind of inspiration, or if you even like the picture that he did, you can try to color it the same way. Okay, so we're going to get in the book, first page, and this is the first page I did, I believe. All of the pages in this book are in my Ken Matsuda file that I have on my YouTube channel. If you go into that, it's the playlist. You just click on it and you'll see all the videos. So we've done these, probably all of them are done in distress ink. That's what this whole background is, and polychromo pencils. Maybe a little bit of a Tombow if we do some of those in here. I believe this one's just polychromo and distress ink. I don't even know if I have Posca on there, but I might. I'll give you a flip through of the pages too while we're here, because sometimes I can't find what I'm doing. This one is also done with the polychromos and distress ink in the background with a little bit of water splatters on it. Distress ink is a water-based ink, so if you lay it down and while it's still wet, spray it with water, you can lift it right off. Paper towel and or a washcloth is what I use. So there we go. Does not bleed through, if you notice here. This one's a cute page. I might have to do that one next. This guy was actually, some of these things, items in here are done with the distress ink first, and then went over with a little bit of the polychromos just to get a little bit more shading. I know I did him mostly in the distress ink, especially those mushrooms. He turned out cute. Little piggy over here is also done. If I feel it, I can tell what I've used, because the polychromos will put a dent in the paper that you can feel on both sides, and the distress ink will not. So yeah, we did a little bit of both of these. This bottom back here and probably in here are done with distress ink. I may have some kind of other ink in there on his belly, but the rest of it is polychromos. He's so cute. Okay, just did the hippo. I believe I did him more like watercolor, where I put it down on a Where is it? Ah, here it is. A board like this. This is the Karen Dash blendable board. This one is for like watercolor pencils and ink tints, where it has kind of a texture. You can put it down and then add water and paint with it. This is the smooth side. You can see how glossy that is. Really smooth, and you can put down distress ink on here, or you can put down markers and water-based, all water-based, and use a water brush and use them like watercolor, and that's what I did on this dude. And he turned out cute. He's blowing bubbles down here in the water. Got some kitties. Okay, this was the one I just finished. It's the koi fish. Distress ink background here on the flowers. So that's polychromos, Tombow pens on the fish, because I just did this one. I know what I did. I used those on that board. This one, and just scribbled the Tombow marker on there and picked it up with a water brush and painted the leaves and the fish and the little flowers, and then went over it after it dried with the polychromos and a Holbein to get this little white effect that's going on the fish and in the flowers. Used the distress ink here with the splatter water, wiped it up, and then I put some dots down with this stuff, Winsor Newton ink. It's white ink. So that's how we got those little dots in that page. We got the snail. If you press really hard, you can get bleed from the other page. It's really easy to get rid of. You can just take your eraser, it doesn't matter what kind, and it will erase that right off. I don't worry about that. You can use any kind of an eraser to get that done. If you want, and you don't want the dark lines, you can also erase a little bit of it with the eraser also to get that off the page. Just a little tip there. Did the little bee here. He's done with distress ink. We got Posca outlining the flowers. I used a stencil to put in like a little beehive back here. It's also done with distress ink. And then I used polychromos to fill in the little honeycomb pieces. And yeah, he's got a little bit of polychromos in here. And it looks like I put in some white there, so that's either a Holbein or prism white or an ink marker. I don't know, this one was done a while back. I'm gonna crab and a turtle. We did this birdie here, done with mostly polychromos. Probably a tiny bit of distress ink, but maybe not. I can look at that just a little closer. I'd have to look up that one. Let's see. Just so I don't tell you the wrong thing. And then you go in and look at it and go, no, you didn't do that. I'll go to my page and I'll just scroll down and see if I can't find the bird. I hate to give out wrong information. Here it is. Okay, I used Tombow markers and polychromos, so there is some Tombow in there. But there is no distress ink, so I did not use any on that page. This guy here has got acrylic matte black paint on the background. I painted it, you can tell here. And then he's a polychromo, tiny bit of distress ink to pull some of that color down, and probably a little purple in the Tombow. There's a page or a video on him. That was a long time ago. Did this little birdie here. I just saw its picture, so I can go back up and tell you what I did here. I used Polychromos Distress ink and Holbein pencils, probably for the pinks, because Holbein's got really nice selection of really soft pink colors. And then the background is Distress ink. Those clouds, I believe, are already there, and I just kind of whited them out and then put a little gray in there. But that is our little parakeet. I don't know if that's the last page. Yep, that's the last one I did in this book. So there you go. Those are the completed pages that I have done in this book. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Take care, everyone. Bye now.